All right. So today, hi friends. Today we are going to share about why this is the best time to create substantial wealth. Why is it the best time? So that means opportunity of a lifetime. So quick slides. So we'll go through it real quick. Let me just see how I can put it on slide share. Okay, great. So I guess the current economic condition with what's happening with COVID-19 and the Brexit in the UK, not only in the UK, I guess all around the world, this time will never come back. That means this is the best time right now to create substantial wealth online. So let's talk about it. Okay, so let's see how, why is this so, and how these huge companies or huge wealth are made during the economic recession. Okay, now current economic condition, if you see the Guardian on 8th of May, it's published, the Bank of England itself, it says that the economy could shrink by 14% this year. Now that's a huge 14%, which it says that biggest slump since 17. That means more than 200 years. Okay, now has already passed, and or 300 years rather will fast, and this is, we never had this kind of an economic situation before. Okay, that is going to be unprecedented. Now, as per the statistics of Financial Times, as you see here, the unemployment, the PMI, the Purchasing Managers Index, that means which explains the economic activity. If you see in the service sector, in every sector, if you see in 2020, since 2016 it was going on well, and it has crashed like never seen before. Okay, so that means that is, it portrays that it's not much of an economic activity is going on now. Okay, and a huge economic crash. So what does that mean? So is this a good time to invest now? It's not all doom and gloom, because what Warren Buffett says, the famous investor of all time, he says, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. So that means whole market, whole world is so fearful now. Okay, so that means what? Because when the economic recession and this downturn comes, everyone is very reluctant to invest, and they hold on to their money, and they want to just wait and watch. But as for Warren Buffett, he says that when when the economic conditions and economy is growing and booming, so you have to be very fearful, because the other people are getting greedy. Okay, but it should be other way around. So that means when the economic condition is very fearful, okay, others are fearful, you should be greedy. So that means this is the time to create substantial wealth, to invest, to start to make that money. Okay, so why is it so? Okay, why this is the best time? Why economic conditions, right now is the best time to get into the the investment mentality and start to create substantial wealth? First, biggest reason is, this is the buyer market. So that means people want to sell. Okay, people, why they want to sell? Probably maybe because the property prices are going down, or people have lost a lot of money in their stocks and shares. So the negotiation power is now with the buyer. So that means they can negotiate and get a very good deal. So that's comes the second point, the BMV, below market value property deals you can easily get. And third thing is quite important as well, businesses. Okay, now you, this COVID-19, with social distancing in place, and even if the economy opens completely or fully, it's operational, still you will definitely see a lot of businesses will be shutting down, or they have already shut down, and they will be filing bankruptcy, because of their business model, because most of the businesses now are online, and people have seen that online they can sustain themselves, and they can buy everything online. Okay, so with all these businesses on the high street are shutting down, so that means there comes a big opportunity now for you to grab hold of those spaces, and you can create substantial wealth. You can buy those commercial, and convert it into residential with permitted rights as well. You can convert that, and make convert commercial into residential, like, and make a lot of money out of it. And the interest rate is quite favorable. Bank of England interest rate is point all-time lowest, 0.1%, practically zero. Now, even though the banks may not be passing that to others, but still, let's see. Let me just pause and share with you what is the real rate going on now. Let me just see. Okay, now with the current rates, this is from money.co.uk. If you see here, Lloyds Bank, okay, initial rate now is fixed 1.24. Okay, now fixed for next 2 years. Now Halifax 1.38, 75%. Even Halifax is giving you 80% loan to value, 0.56%. Is that good? Okay. Now, if you see, a lot of companies and a lot of banks out there, they are giving the loans, okay, and with a much lesser rate. So what does that? Okay, sorry, I didn't share that. So if you see here, Lloyds Bank, the rates are here: 60% with loan to value, 1.24, and Halifax 1.38 and 1.53. Even for 80% loan to value is 1.56. Okay, which is quite good rate. Okay, so with that in place, then why should we look at? Now let's go back to our presentation. Okay, now should we invest then? Absolutely. Why? Because house prices, I'm talking about real estate. Okay, let's talk about real estate. And the real estate market, if you see, this is the statistics. Okay, now if you see nationwide statistics, it says that every 10 years on an average the property prices double. So that means it is going for a dip here, and the boom will come. So this is the best time, I think, you will start and start investing. And another reason, this is the best time is, let me just show you, this one. If you see here, okay, some of the top companies, okay, big corporations, and how big wealth were created as well, big companies were created during the recession. It's an amazing article. You talk about Airbnb, how these two guys started in California, because of this economic recession and the crisis, they wanted to let out their I think one bedroom, or one room, and just they saw that there's a big demand, and that's where the Airbnb started. And Disney also started in 1929. There's a Great Depression in the US, okay, all around the world, you would say. So these are some of the big companies of FedEx, General Electric, Groupon, HP, IBM. These are all of them, they started during the economic crisis. Okay, what does that tell us? That tells us that even for the house prices as well, this is the best time to grow a massive empire. Okay, so with that, we are done, and I will conclude here. I'll post some comments. Speak to you later then.